In the world of League of Legends streaming, there are tons of platforms where you can find some pretty amazing content creators, such as Caffeine, Mixer, and of course, Facebook, where our featured streamer plays. He's one of the OG League of Legends content creators, the Grandmaster mid lane assassin main himself, Redmercy. Going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Twigger, that of course is Lola, and we are back with another episode of the Streamer Shoutcast, and I'm very excited to say that we're now going past just Twitch streamers and we are entering into the realm of Facebook streamers, and I'm happy to announce that this week we are featuring one of the OGs of League of Legends content creation, Redmercy himself, on his patented Talon mid lane. So very excited to be commentating on Redmercy's Talon, an incredible player on Talon. I've seen a lot of his videos where he plays him. He is currently ranked Diamond 1, with unfortunately that Season 10 has also affected Redmercy at a 47% win rate. 51 wins, 57 losses, but on Talon, however, he does have a 59% win rating on this champion over 27 games, with 7.2 kills, 4.6 deaths, and 5.6 assists, giving him a 2.76 KDA, which isn't the highest KDA, but it's also showing, though, he does go for a lot of kills. He sometimes pays for them with his life, but tends to do pretty well in terms of getting those assassinations, getting those assists down, and then potentially dying for it, but making sure that his team gets ahead. Now, in terms of his runes, just before we get into anything here, he is currently running in the Precision Tree Conqueror, Presence of Mind, Tenacity, and Last Stand. And in the Domination Tree is his secondary, Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter, with the runic stats of Adaptive Force and Magic Resistance, because he is, of course, going up against this Sylas in the mid lane. Now, if you do enjoy videos like this of the Streamer Showcast variety, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We release 6 videos a week for your entertainment, and let me know in the comment section below who you would like me to feature next. I read through all the comments and would love to know who you folks want to see in this series. But in terms of who we've got in this game, up in the top lane, we have got a Kale versus a Singed, who I believe is currently proxying or doing something along those lines. Nidalee versus Udyr in the jungle. In the mid lane, we've got a Sylas versus our Redmercy Talon. And then we've got Ashe Misfortune, a classic, an OG bot lane back in the professional days. Not sure if it's still good, but against the Kai'Sa Rakan, which is a very meta bot lane. So we're mainly going to be focusing on our Talon, on Redmercy, try to see how he farms up, how he plays this early game, but we will every now and again check what's going on the rest of the map, just so we can see how the game tends to progress. So getting some early wards down, just making sure that he has some vision, just in case that Udyr finds him, but he's actually going for an early little invade here. Maybe he just thinks that the Udyr is going to be here, and he is going to find Udyr, but the Udyr is level 3, so is going to get that Bear Sight Talk, going to do a lot of damage. The red buff also attacked him as well, but looks like he is going to try to just jump over this wall. He's going to flash over the wall, and the Udyr is going to follow him with the flash. This might very well be first blood. The angry bee emo coming out, and that is actually going to be first blood on Redmercy. Udyr just following up with that flash. So it was a really ambitious invade from Redmercy to go for that red buff and to try to find the Udyr, but with Udyr being level 3, just made it kind of impossible for a Talon to fight him. So, you know, mistakes have been made, but I'm sure that he'll be able to come back in this game once, of course, he starts being able to roam and get some kills. In terms of the items that he's bought right now, does have the refillable pot, does have his boots, and also going for that longsword. So probably going to see quite a bit of lethality coming out, especially that Dustblade of Drakthar, which he loves buying. But I think he's probably going to be rushing a Tiamat, because it's also one of those big things that you have on Talon, just to get that big combo with the Tiamat proc after your combo, which is pretty insane. So now, in terms of just some stats about Redmercy on this Talon here, in terms of his damage per minute, 627 damage per minute, which is just slightly under the 646 average damage per minute of a standard Master Tier Talon player. So definitely up there with those Master Tier Talon players. And in terms of damage taken, 771 damage taken, which is just about 20 damage more than the average Master Tier. So you can definitely see that his Talon play and his Talon mechanics tend to be around that Master Tier level, at least in the games that he's gotten this season, which I know for everybody it's been a pretty tough season, but he is kind of laying in wait here, hopefully to find the Sylas. He's going to get that breakdown, so going to get that passive going very quickly. The heal coming from the Sylas is quite a bit, but with that Ignite going down, I think the Sylas is probably going to die here. Does have his flash available, is going to flash over the wall, but of course the Redmercy can just jump over the wall to follow him, so very surprised to see the Sylas not only wait that long to use his flash, but then to assume that the Talon wasn't just going to follow him with that Assassin's Path, his E ability to just jump over that wall. So, you know, great play on Redmercy's part, but very interesting play, capitalize INT for that Sylas on that play. But hey, glad to see him on the board. Last thing I'll talk about in terms of Redmercy's talent and how he's currently doing is that in this performance summary, you can kind of see that he's generally on par with most average master tier Talon players, which is great for him, but he's just actually a bit ahead in terms of kill participation and also kills and assists per minute. So it kind of just goes to show that he's playing at that master tier Talon level. However, he tends to roam a little bit more than master tier Talon players. He tends to get more assists. It does lead to him dying a little bit more, but he definitely tends to get more kills and more assists from just added pressure in the game. So he did go back, he did pick up that Tiamat and also some control wards. You gotta love seeing in this like high level game. This is a Diamond 1 game, so not the highest ELO that you can find, but definitely higher than my ELO. But so many people having control wards in their inventory at just 5 minutes into this game. You gotta love seeing it. So we did see that there was a little scuffle up in the top lane between that Singed and the Kayle, but we do now have the Udyr coming in for a gank here. The Kayle does not have her flash available, so they could very well run this down. The Udyr does not have his flash available, but is gonna get that chilling smite down. The fling is gonna come down. Make sure this Kayle is gonna die. Is she gonna die to this one? No! Currently running away. The turret just doing a little bit too much damage and is gonna scare off the Udyr and the Singed. So a very nice escape coming from that Kayle, and it was very fortunate that that Kayle ended up getting that traded kill against the Singed, because Kayle, when she starts falling behind, becomes a real liability, but if she starts getting some kills, she's going to be huge later in the game. So looks like Redmercy doing once again his patented red buff check here, gonna jump over the wall, and once again is gonna find a new Udyr, but now Redmercy's level 6, he has the level advantage and does have that ultimate available, the Shadow Assault doing a lot of damage, but unfortunately not gonna be enough to kill the Udyr. But it's really nice to see that the exact same invade that he did before is now all of a sudden in his favor, and now it also looks like the Singed ended up dying there. I think he might have been going for a little bit of a proxy there, but taking a couple turret shots too many, putting him very, very low and still going for the proxy farm. But now Kayle, of course, being level 6, has that ranged auto attack, so gonna tank up the Singed for a little bit, get that Q down, which is of course gonna slow the Singed, making it very, very easy for the Kayle to just follow up on that one. So very nice play from the Kayle, and I think the Singed is probably gonna start being a little bit worried about that, because if this Kayle starts getting ahead, it is going to be very difficult for this enemy team to actually pull out the win here. But once again, when you have that Tiamat on Talon, and of course Talon did get buffed to do more damage to the jungle creep, so being able to go in there, use the Tiamat to kill those raptors very quickly, just solidifies a really solid early game CS lead for Redmercy. So 55 CS to the 39 of Sylas, and the wave is currently pushing towards Redmercy, so that is actually going to be even bigger in just a few seconds here when the minions start actually pushing in. In terms of the overall kind of jungle pressure here, it looks like the Nidalee is going for that Ocean Dragon. That is the first one, but the Udyr is actually very close to this one, so he might very well take the blue buff and then run down towards this dragon is what he should probably do, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Hit that, the cone, I can't remember what the thing is called, the plant, it's the plant, the vision plant, let's call it that. It looks like the Udyr is going to take a little bit of damage from that spear, but the Nidalee is going to get the smite down, but it looks like here is the team fight. The Udyr trying to chase this Nidalee down, but she's just going to flash over that wall. It looks like the Rakan and the Kai'Sa, and now the last remaining people against these 4 people are going to get slowed by that Ashe volley, but it's not going to be enough to really have anything happen. And right now Redmercy is kind of rotating down level 7 over the level 6 of the Sylas, but we once again have to be very concerned about Sylas picking up somebody's ultimate like the Rakan, who can then group everybody up and they can just kind of dumpster a team fight. But it looks like you do have the Nidalee and the Talon just laying away here. A nice little shield into the knockup from the Rakan. The Ignite going down onto the Ashe as well, and that is going to be a kill. Redmercy picking up his second kill of this game onto the Ashe. Very, very nicely played, and a really nice just laying in wait from the Nidalee and our Talon player to just kind of wait there. Great engage from the Rakan, and it looks like just to kind of taunt them a little bit, Redmercy is just going to be being right in front of them. I don't know if that's bad manners or just, you know, he just didn't realize the MF was still kind of there. I think he's trying to maybe bait this MF into coming a little bit closer, because right now we do see that his Shadow Assault is currently available. So he could very well pop this MF. He does also have his Ignite available. It was the Rakan who used the Ignite previously. So I think that might be what Redmercy was trying to do there, was just trying to bait the MF into coming in just a little bit closer. And if she did, it was going to be the last thing that she ever did this game. So right now we do have Redmercy picking up that serrated Dirk, already digging into that little trench that is the lethality build on Talon. And once again, him getting more gold. Assassin players, he says this all the time, are so snowbally in the game, and especially when you've got a lot of very squishy people on the enemy team in that bot side. You've got the Ashe support and the MF ADC. It just means that if Talon can get his claws into somebody, he is going to decimate that bot lane, just taking out the Misfortune like it was nothing. Warm knife through butter when he starts getting some of this lethality going. I don't know if he actually saw that word. He did. So it looks like he's going to be able to clear that ward out. The Udyr is just kind of around here. They're currently looking for that Rift Herald. I don't know if the Udyr's actually be able to do anything. No, he's not. So it looks like Nidalee's going to be able to claim that one. So in terms of just your overall jungle game here, Nidalee seems to be doing a great job. 53 CS to the 49 in favor of that Nidalee. And she's also managed to get an assist and also managed to get the Dragon and the Rift Herald for her team. So we're going to see a pretty big gold advantage at some point. But it looks like the Sylas actually missed that E, so Talon is going to re-engage on that one. But the Sylas just being able to heal so much damage. They both went Conqueror. So of course, when they get that Conqueror stack up to 10, they're going to be healing quite a lot and doing quite a bit of damage. But of course, that Sylas with that W just heals up for an insane amount. So you've always got to be slightly careful about that one. And it looks like the Sylas is building correctly, of course, going for that early Seeker's Arm Guard. Just to make sure that he doesn't just die outright to this Talon. But it looks like there was a shutdown onto this Kayle. Oh, I thought that it was the enemy team's arrow. I was like, could it hit the Singe? But looks like they are going to get a kill onto the Kayle, are going to get a shutdown as well. Redmercy is now moving to this bot lane again. So second time in 10 minutes that he's visited this bot lane. There's no flash available on the Ashe. The Ignite is available though, and also heal and flash available for this Misfortune. So you've got the Nidalee and the Talon. Once again, this seems to be very much a rinse and repeat sort of game here, where they're going to just jump over this wall potentially and get a kill. Now, a turret dive is always risky, especially when you're facing an MF who still has heal, still has the ultimate. There is no Ashe arrow, so this should be a little bit easier. Rakan is going to land that charm with his ultimate, going to get the knockup onto the Ashe. Ashe is going to go down immediately to that Talon. Shadow Assault now going down, and also the ultimate coming from the Kai'Sa just to keep her alive a little bit. That was just picture perfect. It looks like the Sylas is down here. Use the teleport to get down here, and also the flash coming down from the Udyr. Going to do a little bit of damage, but it looks like he still has 4 people on here. Talon's going to do a lot of damage, and Nidalee's going to be the one to pick up the kill. And it looks like they're going to re-engage onto the Sylas. The Ignite coming down from the Rakan as well is going to be enough to clean this one up, and Sylas is going to go down. Double kill for the Nidalee, and of course they did drop this Rift Herald during that entire fight, so getting all of the plates here, and potentially the first turret of the game going in favor of Redmercy's team. A beautifully orchestrated turret dive. That Rakan, I really have to say, was playing an amazing director role there. Jumping in, getting the ultimate down, charming both members of that team, getting a great knock-up onto the Ashe as well, blowing her up and then turning focus onto the Misfortune. Just beautifully played, and insane amounts of damage coming out from both the Talon and the Kai'Sa and the Nidalee. And now we're seeing Talon sitting at 4-1-2 this game. Has the Tiamat, has the Serrated Dirk, gonna finish off his entire Duskblade of Drakthar at just 11.5 minutes. That is a terrifying concept for the squishy people on the enemy team. That Ashe and the Misfortune should be quivering in their boots right now that this Talon is going to continue visiting the bot lane. We do also see that the Nidalee is 2-0-3, has gone for that Runic Echoes, of course, just standard mage jungle build, and 1-0-4 for the Kai'Sa, who now has that Manamune finished. It looks like Talon is just going to the bot side. You know, there isn't a turret available, so it does kind of make sense to send the Kai'Sa and the Rakan to a different lane while Talon can split push, because of course, Talon's ability to get away with his Assassin's Path is second to none. He can just jump over everything, but it looks like we have the mechanical alcove play coming from Redmercy. The Ashe is here, but once again, Ashe does have her arrow available. Rakan doing a little bit of damage, trying to get this MF off of the control ward, is going to get that ward in return, but the Mountain Dragon is currently the next objective that everybody's looking at. It looks like Redmercy is going to start walking down this way. Udyr is here as well. The Rakan does not have his ultimate quite yet, but maybe just 5 seconds of that one will be up. The arrow is going to come out and land right onto the Rakan, but the Redmercy is just currently coming from the other side. A lot of damage going down onto the enemy team. It looks like both the Rakan and the Nidalee are going to go down. It looks like the Dragon's going to get picked up by the Misfortune right now. The Kayle ultimate is currently on Talon, keeping him alive for just a little bit longer, but unfortunately it meant that the Kayle did not have ultimate for herself, and that is going to be, I believe, a double kill in favor of the Misfortune. 3-0, and the enemy team ends up picking up a Mountain Dragon. So kind of an unfortunate play there of just how everything worked in that one. The Nidalee and the Rakan went down very, very quickly before the Talon and the Kayle were both there. So it really just ended up being a really bad fight. But looks like the Udyr is now looking for this Talon. The Talon does have, has the Ignite available, and it looks like that's just going to be an absolute free kill for Talon. With the Ignite up, that was no issue at all. I was worried it might have been an issue because he didn't have a Shadow Assault available, but you know, pop the Ignite and then just, you know, do your damage. Auto attack him because you've got so much lethality, and right now the Udyr just does not have any armor to deal with that. Now, it looks like we do have a little bit of a skirmish in this mid lane. The Singe did go down, who of course was probably trying to proxy farm again, which is what Singe does. Doesn't really matter how many times you kill Singe. Eventually, he's going to be insanely tanky and will just run around the enemy team doing a lot of damage and being a nuisance. So Redmercy did go back. He picked up his Mercury Treads, which I think makes a lot of sense because he of course is needing that tenacity to not just get locked down by people like the Udyr, the Sylas, and also the Ashe ultimate. So if he can get out of of those forms of CC to provide his damage, then he's going to be in a really, really good position. But of course, if he gets CC'd to death, he's not going to do any damage. So looks like we do have a little bit of a fight going down in this mid lane. A nice dodge onto the Rakan W, and also a nice dodge from the Kai'Sa on that Ashe arrow. So looks like that whole skirmish was just kind of evaded by two clever jukes by the Kai'Sa and the Sylas. So right now, 25,000 to 22,300, but the Misfortune is now in a very bad spot. The Talon is here. The ultimate going to go down. That is exactly what I was talking about and exactly what Redmercy wants this game. If you're going to have the Ashe or the Misfortune in a lane by themselves and you've got a wall to jump over, they are going to die and Redmercy is going to find them. So there's not really an escape from a Talon right now who is 6-1-2 with 125 CS, mind you, at 14.5 minutes in this game. Having 125 CS, it's about what, like 9 per minute? 8.5. So very, very nice farming from our Talon as well. Redmercy really putting on a clinic here. The mid turret is taking a lot of damage, and right now it looks like Red is currently just waiting. He sees that Ashe. There's bloodlust here. The Singed is also here. He's taking quite a bit of damage from that spear. So I don't know if the enemy team is going to really want to try to fight this one. Udyr just clearing out his Raptors, taking another spear, taking him down to under half HP, that Singed. So looks like the Sylas is going to find our Talon. Redmercy going to do a lot of damage. Does not have his ultimate available though, but here's the W coming down from the Rakan, which is going to knock him up just a little bit. The Sylas did take the Shadow Assault, but it's not going to really do a lot of damage to him. And right now they are a little bit on the run here. The Rakan having to use his ultimate to try to get out of this one, using the quickness and making it really, really known to its name, trying to get out. And it looks like the Sylas is going to, the Rakan is going to survive for just a little bit longer. Redmercy is just going to have to run away from this one because right now the damage from the enemy team is actually very, very big. The flash coming down from the Misfortune, though, placing that control ward over to see the very, very low HP Rakan, and it's just going to flash over that wall, securing her third kill of this game. Sylas is right now finding Redmercy in the jungle, just in the river, doing a lot of damage. Redmercy going to try to do some damage back to Sylas, but he does have that leap to go over that wall. Fortunately enough for him, he did not use that wall quite yet, and it looks like a double kill in favor of this. Oh boy, we are going to have to rewind this one, folks. I'm going to want to see what the heck happened here. How did that happen? So we do have the Kayle currently in the mid lane just defending this turret. The Singed does go for a turret dive, and it looks like she leveled up to level 11 right then. Just the perfect time to get that empowered auto attack from that level up. So good. Ending up getting that double kill, but not going to be able to find the third kill onto that Ashe. So, you know, feeling pretty good being the Kayle at this moment. Has that Gunblade, did just hit level 11, so we're going to have a pretty big Kayle. Of course, we're going to have to wait until level 16 to see the full potential of this Kayle, but, you know, the fact that Kayle wasn't shut down that hard early, sitting at 4-3-0 with 128 CS, they are going to be in for a world of hurt against that Kayle because she's just starting to unlock her power. And once again, you have to deal with this Talon at some point, who currently missing the cannon minion. I know all too well what that feels like, Red. I'm sorry to see that. He's just going to absolutely annihilate the backline. Right now, the Fed person on the enemy team, I'm not even going to talk about that quite yet because the Kai'Sa was engaged on by the chains from the Sylas. The Ashe arrow is going to come and is going to go wide. Talon is now here, just going to use that easy Noxian diplomacy to get the kill first on the Shadow Assassin as well, the Shadow Assault, sorry. And it looks like the Ignite going down onto the Misfortune. That's going to be enough. Looks like the first Ignite from the Talon probably wasn't going to be enough to kill the Misfortune, so Rakan flashed in, got that other Ignite down. Sorry, not flashed in, just W'd in, get the other Ignite down, and that managed to be enough to kill the Misfortune. And it looks like right now Talon sitting at 8-1-2. Does have a Phage that he just picked up and also a Kindle Gem. So probably going to see that turn into, I'm assuming, a Black Cleaver, which makes a lot of sense. It's one of those things that going the full lethality build makes you do a ton of damage to those squishy targets. But in terms of dealing with tanks like Udyr and the Singed, and also trying to get through the HP bar of this Sylas is going to be very, very tough for him going full lethality. So getting that Black Cleaver just to reduce their armor, I think, makes a ton of sense. It also gives you cooldown reduction, which is never a bad thing on a Talon who wants to jump over a ton of walls. Looks like Talon is going to jump in here. The Rake going to slow him down just a little bit. The Singed taking a lot of damage. He's going to pop that ultimate. But a great knockup from that Rakan as well. That's going to be the Singed going down. Huge ultimate. The bullet time doing a lot of damage to the Nidalee, but she's probably going to have to run away from this one. The Sylas did pick up that Rakan ultimate. It looks like Rakan and Nidalee are both going to die. Redmercy's just trying to find his way in here. He does have his ultimate available, so he could definitely make a play. Is going to jump in there. Huge ultimate after the flash. Noxian diplomacy, and that is going to be a double kill in favor of Redmercy. Picking up the triple kill after taking down the Sylas as well. So a huge turnaround on that gank, which to be honest was looking a little bit in favor of that red side, but Redmercy just buying his time and jumping in at the exact right moment to secure a triple kill, and now securing the Infernal Dragon for his team as well. Current score 20 kills to 10 kills, 36.5k to 29k in favor of Redmercy's blue side, which is absolutely insane. And 11-1-3 for Redmercy right now. So Absolute insane score lines coming out of Redmercy right now. Great play, just putting on a tutorial, a clinic of how to play this champion. And he's definitely no slouch when it comes to these higher ELO games. I do believe that he managed to get Grandmaster last season, so he definitely knows how to play with the high ELO players, and he's showing it right now. Just getting as much farm as he can, constantly going to side lanes to provide pressure, but always being there during the team fights when he's needed to just basically blow up the backline and then start focusing in on those tankier people. But looks like we might have that third time's a charm fight against this Udyr. Udyr right now level 11 to the level 13 of the Talon. Talon does not have his Ignite available, but he does have his ultimate available, but so much damage coming down from this Udyr. He does do a lot. The heal coming down from the Nidalee is going to be enough though, but barely enough to keep Talon alive. The Nidalee and the Talon being able to kill that Udyr, and it looks like the Silas is here. The ultimate's going to land from the Ashe to hold him down for just long enough, and Silas picking up a 1,000 gold bounty on Redmercy. It's so unfortunate because he had his Shadow Assault available, and if he had just not gotten hit by that Ashe ultimate, I think Redmercy might have actually been able to get away from that Silas, but unfortunately just great timing from that Ashe arrow. It looks like the Ignite going down onto this Nidalee, getting caught out by the fling from the Singe. It looks like the TP coming down from the Kayle as well, but it's going to be a little bit too late for anything to happen on this one. So Nidalee getting caught out. Looks like the Talon got caught out a little bit. He did finish off that Black Cleaver and also picked himself up a pickaxe. So very unfortunate timing for that Ashe arrow, but great arrow. You've got to give credit where credit is due. Locking down that Talon, making sure the Silas can pick up that kill, and 1,000 gold bounty. It's kills like that that really set you up to make a comeback in a game. That was just an absolute gigantic shutdown, but you know, I think you got to kill this guy more than once to really get your team back on track here, because you're 12, 2, and 3 with 170 CS. Talon's going to be a problem for people like this MF and also this Ashe. And the thing is that we don't really talk about too much is that when MF is using her bullet time, her ultimate, she is stuck in one place using that, and that is the perfect thing for a Talon to just jump in there and obliterate them. So you're going to jump over that wall and is going to find the Udyr. Another great knockout coming from the Rakan. The Shadow Assault is going to come down. The bullet time coming from the MF is going to miss for the majority of that bullet time, and it looks like Redmercy once again picking up a kill onto this Udyr, just not relenting on this Udyr at all. Just constantly fighting him in the jungle, constantly putting pressure on him, and it's always going to be enough. He's died 5 times this game, mostly to Redmercy just finding him in these jungle picks. So I think he was just getting revenge from that first blood, that flash over the dragon pit, sorry, the Baron pit to get that kill. So Shadow Assault is going to be down for the next probably 30 seconds, so they don't want to be too aggressive here. Singe is going to pop that ultimate, going to try to run in here, trying to just clear out the minions. The Rift Herald was used to pretty good extent onto that Nexus turret, but the thing is, we always have to remember, Nexus turrets do in fact heal up. Oh, that's the pause button, not bringing that down. So if they don't really push this Nexus turret, it is going to regenerate and it is going to start coming back. So hopefully they return to this mid lane pretty soon, but I'm curious to see what the blue side ends up doing now. The Baron is available. Unfortunately, I just think that, oh, actually, they've got a Kai'Sa. So the Kai'Sa and the Kayle, they've actually got a pretty good Baron killing team. The Talon doesn't really do all that much to Baron, but having the Kai'Sa and the Kayle should be able to melt Baron pretty quickly. And the great part about that is that you can have people doing the Baron, the Kayle, the Nidalee, and the Kai'Sa, and Redmercy can still be just in the bot lane, providing a ton of pressure. And then if something does happen, he can run over to the Baron pit very, very quickly, of course, with that leap. So he is just going to pick up this Gromp, steal it away from the enemy jungler, once again, not letting this Udyr have a moment to breathe. He's going to start doing some damage to this turret, but it looks like we do have the Silas, and we also have the Singe coming in here, so it looks like Redmercy is just going to have to run away from this one. And it looks like exactly what I was saying. The blue side is currently just doing this Baron with the Nidalee and the Kayle, but it looks like a lot of damage coming down from that Ashe ultimate. It looks like, once again, Redmercy just utilizing the champion so well, bringing the Silas and the Singe down to him, and now he can just run all the way across the map way faster than the Silas or the Singe, though the Silas does have TP, so he could definitely be a little bit quicker, but it's definitely going to join his team a little bit faster than the Singe and the Silas right now. It looks like they are going to continue the Baron. They do have a lot of healing as well coming from that Kayle and also from the Nidalee, so being able to just restore their health bars while they're taking this Baron. And Redmercy is now here, and it looks like we do currently have the 5-on-5. Not entirely sure how this fight is going to go, but want to keep an eye on Redmercy to see how he deals with this fight. Is going to just jump in here, the Rakan, with an amazing 4-person knockout. It looks like the ultimate coming down from the Kayle as well. Divine Intervention is going to keep the Rakan alive, and right now Silas just in that stasis mode is just going to be absolutely served up on a silver platter. And looks like the Kayle was chasing down that Misfortune going to be able to get the kill on that one. So currently a 3-for-0 exchange, but Redmercy is not done yet. Is going to try to jump in here, doing a lot of damage with that break onto the Udyr, but once again, the Udyr does a lot of damage. The Shadow Assault is still available. He's going to use that one. Not entirely sure where he's going to go on this one. It's just going to flash over the wall, and the Udyr being so greedy and jumping over the wall afterwards into 4 people of Redmercy's team, and Redmercy is just going to thank Udyr for his kind donation of another kill going in favor of that blue side. So currently 46.6k to 36.8k. 26 kills to 12, 23.5 minutes into this game. And looking at Redmercy's score, 13, 2, and 6. That is exactly what you want to see from your assassin mid laner. Is just being able to roam and carry this game with some great plays and some great roams. And it looks like the 3rd dragon for this blue side is going to go over to them. It is another Infernal Dragon. So the thing is, you now have to always worry. Once you get to that 3rd dragon mark, you now all of a sudden have to worry that every other dragon after that is going to be a potential Dragon Soul, which I gotta admit, you do not want an Infernal Dragon Soul on somebody like a fed Talon or a fed Kayle. That just doesn't sound like a very good time to me. So it looks like Talon did go back. Redmercy picked up that Sterix Gauge. It's not something that you, sorry, just talking about his Tiamat, you don't really need to finish off your Tiamat into the Ravenous Hydra or the Titanic Hydra very soon. He's really just using that for way better wave clear and overall pressure. But of course, finishing off things like the Dust Blade, the Black Cleaver, and also that Sterix is just so much more important, because the Sterix is basically going to allow Redmercy to now jump in and make those very, very aggressive plays, and then of course get that lifeline, which will keep him alive for a lot longer, which will hopefully allow him to make the play and then get out of there. So very curious to see what the next team fight is going to bring, but you know, when you're looking at a 5-3-4 Kayle and a 13-2-6 Talon, and then also a 2-0-14 Kai'Sa, it's not exactly the score you want to see on your Kai'Sa. You want her to have more kills, but all those assists do end up adding up to a lot of additional gold. She's already got that Hurricane, the Mirror Man is completed, and she's also gone for a Guinsoo's Rage Blade, so a lot of damage going to be coming out of that champion as well. And while his team is currently pushing in the mid lane and now potentially going for this Baron, Talon is once again just providing pressure in another lane, just forcing people to come to him. Now he is going to use that ultimate, and once again getting picked by that Ash Arrow, so he's going to try to survive this one. He does have that Sterix just to keep him alive for a little bit longer. That is going to keep him alive. The lifeline going down, just jumping over these walls, trying to get the Misfortune. Not going to be quite enough yet, and he is going to get shut down by this Ash. It's just been so unfortunate, but you know, when you look at the grand scale of that fight, Talon dying for his team to pick up the Baron is definitely worth it. Now we do have a big fight. The quickness coming out is going to stop that bullet time for the Misfortune. Silas is going to try to get onto this Nidalee, but it is going to be no good for him. The Ash and the Misfortune going down to this Kai'Sa, and also the Rakan. Kai'Sa having to use that ultimate to close the gap, and it looks like the Sinja and the Silas currently running for their lives, but Nidalee and Kayle have their eyes set on this end game here. They do have 2 minions, 2 super minions here, I should say, who are currently pushing this down, and also having them Baron buffed is going to be a lot, and it looks like the Silas is probably going to die here, is going to use that Zoni's Hourglass to keep him alive just a little bit longer. It looks like the ultimate coming down from the Kayle is going to keep her alive as well. It looks like our Talon Redmercy is not going to be here for the end of the game, but amazing plays from everybody here. The shutdown also going in favor of that Kai'Sa. Sorry, it wasn't a shutdown, just a kill in favor of that Kai'Sa. And they are going for that last kill, but they are not going to find it quite yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Redmercy playing a Talon game that was absolutely phenomenal, but very excited to go to the end game screen to see how everybody, especially Redmercy, did this game. In terms of the endgame stats, it's hard to say that Redmercy didn't carry this one, ending the game at 13 kills, 3 deaths, and 6 assists with 216 CS, which was the highest in the game. He also majorly topped the damage charts with 25,864 damage. The next closest to him was the Kayle, who still fell short of Redmercy by about 7,000 damage. I hope you all enjoyed this week's episode of Streamer Showcast featuring Redmercy. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And be sure to let me know in the comment section below who you'd like to see featured next. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode of Streamer Showcast.